It's amazing, and I've gone through I've gone through just what that this is really the charges statement of charges. It's actually 20 pages long, and I've gone through that, and we have that for you to share to read for yourself. But I spent time with that, and then going through just the storyline of it. It absolutely just blew my mind. So for anybody else that's, they're watching, if you want to go through it yourself, don't take my word for it. But then the 6 pages is the action that was taken that they had with it all the way through. And on page 4 of 6, and we'll put this up on the screen, it actually talks about that Judge Jason has no regrets. We talked about that in this paper, but in it, it says, this is where it says Judge Jason agrees his contact violated the following code of judicial conduct provisions. And there's a list of it. I mean, it goes from Rule 1.2, I won't waste your time reading, you can look at yourself, 1.3, 3.1C, 3.8. Each one of those were pretty big deals. They really were. So you take time and take a look at it, it's there. And like I said, it's not that we're trying to beat him up, but we're saying you got to take accountability. You can't say, hey, I have no regret. Good gosh. I mean, there's a ton of things going. You got to meet a man that you're getting paid as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden now you're taking over millions and millions of dollars of responsibility signed over.
It was close to $8 million, right?
Oh, you go through this thing and we're talking about overly millions of dollars, but I'll take you one more thing. I'll just take you through, on the Bank of America card said, Bank of America question things, and they were really questioning, they were suspecting elder abuse. This is what their suspicion was. But they're saying when in 2020, now remember, they just met in 2013, sometime 2014, but within a year, all of a sudden, this is Judge Jason is starting to take over a lot of the different things that he does. And you're right, the list is really actually long. But one of the things I thought was interesting was it says in 2020, Mr. Cartwright asked Bank of America to transfer all his trust assets to Judge. And despite the simulating expenditure of approximately $450,000 a year, $450,000 a year, which only $180,000 was devoted to assisted living expenses. So what I'm saying is, well, where is it $270,000 a year get spent? He's got the checkbook at this time. He's running the thing. You look at $22,500 per month above the assisted living. That is a tremendous amount of money to be going out. And I'm not saying that he did anything. I don't know what they did with all that money. I'm not saying, but I'm saying it does plant the seed that here, Bank of America, one of the largest banks, started to question. And if anybody's interested in reading this, go through, it really gets into some of the things that they're really concerned about. They were seeing paperwork come through that they were flagging the signatures, that it wasn't Mr. Cartwright's signature. It looked like the judge's, and the return address on the documentation went back to the judge's house. It's just improprietary. That's what they're talking about here. There's a lot of things concerned. It was flags that they questioned and challenged, and then they went ahead and filed a suit against them because of the concerns that they had. And this thing is, anybody that wants to read it to the end and all the stuff are 22 pages and take their own thoughts of it. But to me, what you're saying is, there's a lot of stuff here, not just the cars, not just the house, not just the property. But remember initially, Cartwright's money, and I think specifically a lot of people don't know, Cartwright's money came from his mom and dad. And then in it initially was whatever had Cartwright left over was going to the 2 grandkids. That was in there. Well, eventually the grandkids get eliminated. And the judge's kids get, wife and kids get put in. I mean, I don't want to use the word that it seemed like in my own mind, this is a personal opinion. I start thinking about bait and switch. I start thinking about that a little bit. And I'm not saying that he did that. What I'm saying is there doesn't look right.
That's absolutely was what he did. I mean, how does he become so party and authority to the man's estate, and he has his own children and his own family? Where do they do? Where do they do this at? Okay, so
this is only 10 years. Remember this, Henry. It wasn't that they got in business together and they made money together and then he wanted to keep it all. The judge wanted to keep it together. No. This was the family estate money. This is the nonprofit. This is all the things it is.
This is his dealings.
His family money coming from mom and dad, come to him to go to the grandkids.
Right. Look. The more you dig, the more you read, the more you comprehend, the worse it's going to get, right?